Good afternoon and welcome to True Crime Mysteries. If you're new to the channel, hello and welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. Today we're discussing 4 TikTok stars that have been arrested for murder. Let's get into it. Number 1, Zachary Latham.
1, where's your emergency? There's blood all over the place. I just got assaulted and jumped. Are you the one that got stabbed? No, that was the other victim, but I got beat up really bad and I had blood all over me. Alright, so you're at 2986 Thornhill as well? Yes. Alright, and you want an ambulance? I don't know. Alright, the people who did it to you, are they still there? They came with trucks, came on my property with guns, and then when I fought them off, they drove away. Alright, how are you injured, sir? My windpipe was crushed in, and I got stomped out and choked by like 10 people. Alright, and where are you bleeding from? I don't know, there's blood all over me. I don't even know if it's cut. There's blood all over our garage. Okay. Now the person came in and said they had guns and they were going to kill us, and they came in my garage and attacked all of us. There was 4 people. Okay. Hold on 1 second for the police, okay? Okay.
In New Jersey, a teenager is in prison following an escalation of events that had been going on for months. 18-year-old Zachary Latham wanted to be TikTok famous, and he was willing to do just about anything to get a video to go viral on the social media platform. Zachary would often speed through residential neighborhoods, harass neighbors, and generally be a nuisance to try and capture altercations on videos so he could post Karen Reacts videos. Those in his neighborhood were desperate to get him to slow down and stop harassing people, but nothing was ever done. Latham, a private in the New Jersey National Guard, was written off as a young kid with a new car that was having fun. Things started to progress in April 2020 when Latham recorded this video of a neighbor and it went viral on TikTok.
What are you gonna do, Karen?
That's not my name, so get my name straight. Go ahead.
You okay, Karen? Go ahead, get my tag.
Joe,
Get my tag, Karen.
my name is not Karen, so get my name straight.
Get my tag, it's okay.
A45MFA. Sir, there's an officer.
All because my car is loud. 3 cop cars.
Further escalation began when he started harassing the family almost daily, hoping to get more video footage for content. After the video went viral, the family began getting harassed online. No additional content was given as to why the woman had been upset with Latham. The millions of people who watched the 60-second clip had no idea that Latham had been relentlessly harassing them for months, terrorizing the entire neighborhood, trying to get a reaction from anyone. Once he had that first reaction and it went viral, he then tried even harder to get them to confront him. Eventually, he got that reaction. He got in a physical altercation with the son of the woman, and then Latham began posting videos of firearms with the caption, "This is how you handle neighbors." On May 4th, 2020, Latham was seen by witnesses as purposely speeding up and swerving into a teenager riding his bicycle. The teen then went inside, and 51-year-old William Durham came out to confront Latham. Latham's wife was filming the entire incident from inside the vehicle. Zachary Latham then went inside his home, and Durham, who was unarmed, followed and knocked on the door. Latham had 2 male friends with him at the time, and it was then that things began to escalate. Durham was first punched several times, which prompted Durham's 2 older sons to run over. Latham then stabbed Durham multiple times. William Durham later died in hospital from the extensive injuries sustained in the attack. Latham's wife had continued to film the entire exchange. Latham was arrested and charged with reckless manslaughter, 2 counts of aggravated assault, and weapons offenses. He was initially released while he awaited trial and then moved to Florida, but there he was arrested for threatening a motorist in a road rage incident with a BB gun that resembled an AK-47 assault rifle. He was then arrested for violating the conditions of his release and extradited back to New Jersey to be held in prison while he awaits trial. The Durham family are devastated that this all happened because someone was looking for TikTok clout and fame. They feel that had law enforcement stepped in sooner, William would never have been killed. Latham so far has pleaded not guilty and is still holding firm that he acted in self-defense. He is due back in court in September 2022. Number 2. Mahek Bukhari. On February 11, 2022, in Lancaster, UK, cousins 21-year-old Mohammed Hashin Ijaduddin and 20-year-old Saqib Hussain died in a horrific car accident. The pair were heading to a friend's house but never made it there. One of the men had attempted to call 999, but as soon as the call connected with the dispatch person, there was a scream and the sound of a collision, and the call disconnected. The 999 call placed the time of the accident at 11:35 a.m. It is alleged that the pair had been run off the road. CCTV footage captured 2 other vehicles driving at excessively high speeds. 8 people were arrested in connection with the crash. 2 of those arrested were well known on TikTok. Beauty influencer Mahek Bukhari, 22, and her mother, 45-year-old Ansreen Bukhari, all have pled not guilty to the murder charges and are being held in prison while they await trial. At this time, the details of the investigation have not been released by UK law enforcement. A family member said this about the 2 men in a statement. "We think they were both beautiful souls. They were just innocent boys who have only left great memories of kindness and goodness with loved ones, and it's very tragic they didn't get the opportunity to see much more in life. We thank Allah for the short but sweet time we got to spend with them." It is unclear why the cousins were run off the road and if they had any connection to Bukhari. Some media outlets have stated that the 8 people arrested were in a friend group. Trial dates have been set for October 4th, and it is expected that the trial will last 10 weeks. Let me know if you want an update on this one. Number 3. Mary Ann Oliver Snow. 23-year-old TikTok star Mary Ann Oliver Snow, who more commonly goes by their last name Snow, has been charged with manslaughter after the death of a fellow cosplay star, Helen Hastings. The incident occurred in Snow's home in the early morning hours of January 17, 2021. Snow's home in Houston, Texas had several other young people living at the home. All were in the local cosplay community and active on the social media platforms TikTok and Instagram. Helen Hastings, 18, was friends with Snow and the 5 others that were at the house that evening, and they were all watching TV and drinking. Snow then produced a firearm and began to wave the gun around. Snow then pointed the gun at Helen's head and pulled the trigger. The gun had been loaded and went off. Helen was rushed to the hospital but died 2 days later. Snow claimed to have not known the weapon was loaded. They said that the gun had been left in the home by an ex-partner and they hadn't checked to make sure it had no bullets inside. One of the friends remembered that Snow had removed the clip of the gun when they first removed it from the case, but when law enforcement seized the weapon, it had the clip put back in. Snow claimed to not remember when they put the clip back into the gun, saying that they were really, really drunk. Snow had been known to take things too far. They would show up to cosplay events with actual weapons, which was a huge safety concern and not allowed. They often lacked consideration for others and often used weapons as toys or props. Former friends of Snow felt that the 1.6 million following on TikTok had led Snow to feeling that they could get away with anything. Snow was known to keep their house stocked with drugs and alcohol. Helen's parents didn't approve of the friendship, which they felt was unhealthy. They had met Snow on several occasions and didn't feel that Snow was a good influence on their daughter. Snow was 5 years older, had a substantial influence in the cosplay community, both with their large presence on social media and also financially, and kept a very close group of friends that were usually a lot younger than Snow. Helen had moved in 2 weeks before her death. Snow also thrived on attention and didn't care if it was positive or negative. Snow was constantly embroiled in new scandals or drama with other cosplayers. Following Helen's death, Snow took a brief break from social media, but came back 3 weeks later, describing their break as a hiatus. Snow never made a public statement about the incident, posting several videos which included putting fake blood on their face and lip-syncing to the lyrics, "Goodness, you're bleeding, what a wonderful feeling, you're down and you're pleading, my head is just reeling." This caused a significant backlash on social media, who felt it was inappropriate given what had happened to Helen. Others even felt it was boasting about committing manslaughter. Snow was arrested the evening of the shooting and was cooperative with law enforcement. Snow was charged with 1 count of manslaughter and was released on a $20,000 bond. Since their release, they have broken the conditions of their bond, such as letting their ankle monitor go out, violating the nighttime curfew, missing pretrial court appearances, as well as consuming alcohol, which are against the terms of their release. When Snow had their first court hearing, the media picked up the story. Commenters on Instagram said, "The cosplay community doesn't want you here, so please do us a favor and get out." Snow turned all of their social media to private. A lawyer for Snow said in a statement that Snow was incredibly remorseful regarding the incident, though they haven't themselves spoken publicly. A trial date has not been set yet, and it is still unclear if there will be a trial or if Snow will accept a plea deal. If convicted, they could face 20 years in prison. Number 4. Ali Abulaban.
New information this afternoon about a double homicide inside an East Village high-rise. It's our top story right here on the 4. I'm Heather Myers.
And I'm Kirsten Holmes in for Carlo Chiquetto. A man and a woman were found shot to death on the 35th floor of Spire, San Diego.
The accused shooter now in custody. Police identifying him as the roommate of the female victim. News 8's Kelly Hessedal is live downtown outside the high-rise with what we have learned today. Kelly.
That's right, and police are still sorting through all the evidence, trying to piece it all together. Now, we have learned that the suspect is a 29-year-old man. His name is Ali Abulaban, and according to the jail log, he was booked last night into jail on 2 counts of first-degree murder.
29-year-old TikTok star Ali Abulaban, more commonly known by his social media handle as Jin Kid, had been kicked out of the condo he shared with his wife and daughter in San Diego, California. She wanted a divorce. Abulaban had secretly kept a key to the apartment and also placed a listening app on his 5-year-old daughter's iPad and had taken to spying on his ex-partner Anna. On October 21st, he had been listening and heard Anna and a man talking. He went back to the apartment, unlocked the door with a key, and shot Rayburn Cardenas Barron, 29, and his wife, Anna Abulaban. He then picked up his daughter from school and called his mother to confess, and also called the police. He was arrested 45 minutes later with his daughter in the vehicle.
We are learning more tonight about the troubled marriage of a San Diego TikTok star who's charged with murder for allegedly killing his wife and her friend.
Ali Abulaban's cousin says the accused killer was extremely jealous and controlling. And as News 8's Steve Price reports, he also talked about the last time he saw Abulaban 3 days before the murders.
Ali Abulaban is accused of killing his estranged wife and her friend inside her downtown apartment. To his more than 950,000 followers on TikTok, Abulaban is known as a funny guy, but a family member says the funny guy he knew changed as his marriage fell apart.
Pictures of Ali Abulaban and his cousin Louie. They've been close since they were little kids.
He loved making videos. He loved making people laugh. He loved the tension.
But Louie says the last time they hung out together, 3 days before the murders, Ali, who was known as Jin Kid on social media, was acting very strange.
Pulled out a bag of cocaine, and then I was like, "You're gonna get us all in trouble." He's like, "I'm Jin Kid, you know, nobody can touch me because I'm Jin Kid."
Louie says Ali and his wife Anna moved to San Diego in February, and for her, things were great.
Her social life flourished when she moved to San Diego, and I think he became extremely jealous of that. Extremely jealous and furious.
For reasons Louie declined to elaborate on, he says Anna's friends didn't want to hang out with Ali.
He just became super jealous because his wife was going out with friends and he wasn't involved, and he wanted to control her. He wanted to know what she was doing every time of the day.
She had wanted to obtain a restraining order against him but didn't get the chance. He had also allegedly come back a day after she kicked him out and had trashed their condo, smashing belongings and destroying furniture. It had only been 3 days after the break-in that he'd murdered her and her friend. Despite his initial confession to law enforcement, when he was in court days after the murder, he pleaded not guilty. He is currently being held without bail. He faces life in prison for the double murder charges, and a trial has been scheduled to begin on September 27th, 2022. Let me know if you want me to cover the trial when it begins. Well, that is it for this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like the content and what I do over here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next upload. If you could also give this video a like if you enjoyed the content, that would be much appreciated as it helps the channel to grow. We also have channel membership as well as Patreon if you want to get more behind the scene content as well as exclusive content or just to support the channel. In the description box of this video, you will also find links to all my socials as well as other goodies. But that is it for me. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.